It is November 15th, 2013 in Bharuch, Gujarat, India, where the Janmajayanti celebrations are going on, and there is a satsang Shibir of Gnani Purush Dadashri in the company of our current Gnani Puja Deepakbhai. This is day 3, and today's topic is going to be how to understand and remain in the Agnas of the Gnani Purush. Wherever possible, I will let you hear the live sounds from India. But at other times, I would need uh, to close off the sound so that I can hear the responses very clearly from Deepakbhai for the accurate or as accurate as possible voiceover live transmission relay. So I wish I could give you both the live atmosphere as well as the translation, but this is the best we can do in the relay here. So today's topic is how to follow the Agnas, the 5 Agnis. And if you have any questions relating to the 5 Agnas, please hand them to our the Gnani. Will first talk about the 5 Agnas. Let us, and then there is some administrative talk about Darshan Pass. Darshan Pass for those who are going to enter into the Darshan of the Gnani tomorrow.
જે મહાત્માનું રજિસ્ટ્રેશન નથી કરેલું અને ડાયરેક્ટ આવેલા છે એવા છે એ પોતાના સેન્ટરની માહિતી આપી અને દર્શન પાસ મેળવી લે અથવા તો પોતાનું પરમેનન્ટ આઈ કાર્ડ છે દાદા ભગવાન પરિવારનું તે બતાવીને દર્શન પાસ મેળવી
They can also give the if they give the permanent ID card of the Dada Mahatma, they can get a darshan pass.
સંપર્ક કરી અને એમની સૂચના પ્રમાણે દર્શન માટે આવવાનું રહેશે. દર્શનનો કાર્યક્રમ આપણે આવતીકાલે સવારે અને સાંજે એમ બે
The darshan is going to happen all day tomorrow.
દર્શન પાસ બધા લેવા ફરજિયાત છે. સિનિયર સિટીઝન
everyone has to have
બધા જ મહાત્માઓએ
have to have a darshan pass.
દર્શન પાસના અલગ અલગ કલર છે.
The darshan passes will have different colors depending upon the timings. And some other announcements about the book stalls. The special discounts about the major books and Aptavanis of Gnani Purush Dadashri.
સેટ છે ગુજરાતી અને હિન્દી એની પર ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ રાખેલું છે. VCD અને DVD છે એની પર દરેક પર 10 રૂપિયાનું ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ છે. દાદાવાણી મેગેઝિન, અક્રમ એક્સપ્રેસ અને અક્રમ યુથ મેગેઝિનમાં પણ વાર્ષિક અને 5 કે 15 વર્ષના લવાજમ પર ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ છે.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ શુદ્ધાત્મા ભગવાન. I can see all of you, some of you on the Ustream.
1000 રૂપિયાનું દરેક મૂર્તિ પર ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ છે. બાળકો અને યુવાનોના બાળ વિજ્ઞાનના જે પુસ્તકો છે એના સેટ ઉપર ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ
continuing to give details about the special discounts for the books and the material of Dada, photographs, etc. The book stall will be open between 4:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock in the night. As we see our Gnani in front of Lord Simandar, the fully enlightened one, in another world, my Lord, I am as pure as you are. Grant me the vision to see that in perfection. Jai Sachidanand. And he moves in front of Lord Krishna, the fully enlightened one, in another world, scheduled to return to the earth here and take millions to moksha. His knowledge is well known in the Gita, where he liberated Arjun. My Lord, highest namaskars to you. And the symbolic representation of the enlightened one, the fully enlightened, the Shiva Swarup, no specific human being, but anyone who becomes fully enlightened is called a Shiva. Moving over, our Gnani comes to the big image of the Lord of the 14 worlds who manifested within the body of A.M. Patel and who came to be known as Gnani Purush Dadashri. So within him, Dada Bhagwan, the fully enlightened one, became manifest, and that is the chant going on, the highest boundless glory to the eternal one, the absolute one within everyone. Highest namaskars to you, Dada, for this magnificent Janmajayanti. And Padmavati Devi, the celestial being goddess who protects everyone on the path of liberation. Highest namaskars, O Ma, to you. And then we come to Pujaniya Ma and give our namaskars to Pujaniya Ma. And Goddess Amba, who is in charge of making the non-self complex, the Prakriti, Sahaj, natural, non-interfering. As the Gnani faces everyone, thousands of Mahatmas and Seekers who have gathered for this momentous occasion in Bharuch, Gujarat, India, just north of Bombay, just south of Surat.
જય સચિદાનંદ મહાત્મા મોબાઈલ આપના ચાલુ હોય તો
Please turn off your cell phones is the instruction.
આપના આજના ટોપિકને અનુરૂપ જે પ્રશ્નો હોય એ લખીને મોકલાવજો.
Please send your questions with reference to the 5 Agnas.
જય સચિદાનંદ. हिंदी भाषी जो भी महात्मा मुमुक्षु है,
Hindi translations
सुनना है,
are available by remote radios, transmitters.
ट्रांसलेशन हो रहा है, वहाँ पे आ जाए. जय सच्चिदानंद.
And A very good morning to all of you. Bright and early, sharp and alert to listen to the Gnani speak about the 5 Agnas. As we see our Gnani,
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, the awareness of the eternal bliss. I bow to the Absolute One, the Paramatma who resides within you with a deep sense of oneness and deep obeisance. Jai Sachidanand. Now, this is Dev Diwali. There's another Diwali of the celestial beings. Today is the date. This is the firecrackers are going outside. There is another small Diwali. It is today, and so the firecrackers, the speakers are catching on the firecrackers that are exploding outside. So that's the way it is. Dev Diwali. Today we are going to we're going to talk about how to follow the 5 Agnas, and we want to do it how we can do it 100%. Well, I think we've lost sound here. So they're singing Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. We don't have sound. So they're singing Asim Jai Jaikar Ho, Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Some sound coming, but crackling sound could be just the internal audio mechanism, not the firecrackers. Generally, they don't play firecrackers early in the morning in broad daylight. So we'll find out. Still, we do not have any sound. So we get to do the Nidhi Dhyasana of the Gnani with his closed eyes. We can certainly sing Dada Bhagwan Na Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. 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 There the sound comes. And the firecrackers too. Hello. Jai Sachidanand. So I have now turned off the sound. This is very special how to really follow the Agnas. We do have the firm decision by 100% that we want to follow the Agna of the Dada. That is our goal. And it is through the following of the Agna we will finish the worldly interaction. But how now? How to follow the Agnas? We know that smoking is wrong. So in what way is it wrong? So we have the 4 steps of the of how to become free from smoking cigarettes. In the same way, we want to follow Agnas by 100%, but how can we follow Dada's Agnas by 100%? And then what makes us become uh, what makes us miss the Agnas? It is the kashais and vishais, the anger, greed, deceit, and pride and sexuality related mistakes. So we do not understand this in precision, and that is why it is important to understand why is it important to understand the Agnas, and by doing the devoted attention for the Agnas, we will move in the directions of the Agnas. Most important is the importance of the Agnas. The more you understand the importance of the Agnas, then only you will move forward. You will be motivated to follow the Agnas. So importance of the Agnas is important. It is so important to understand the Agnas, because without the Agnas, the path of liberation will not finish. For countless time, the Gnanis and the Tirthankaras, he is being disturbed by a lot of firecrackers. I can hear it in my ears. And so all of them, they talk about Agna is the religion, Agna is the penance. Ever since the time of the first Tirthankar, Lord Rishabdev, all the way to the last Gnani and the Tirthankar, yes, there people are getting so now the firecrackers are really going off in Bharuch, outside just the hall apparently. So Deepakbhai is saying, don't worry, they are trying to do something about it. But without following the Agnas, one cannot progress further. On the Kramic path, also one proceeds further by following the Agna of the Guru, the spiritual master, because you follow the instruction of the Agna, then your responsibility goes away, and therefore, because you are following the Agna of your spiritual master, therefore you become, so then you are not responsible, because there is no swachand, there is no intellect related following on your own, and therefore you are not responsible to what happens, and therefore you do not bind any karma. So on the step by step path, if you follow your Guru, then the Guru is responsible, because you follow everything that he says, and therefore you will not bind any karma. And so in our Akram path, obviously the Gnan that we have received in the Gnan Vidhi, we can only remain if we follow the 5 Agnas. That is why it is so important. Otherwise, the Gnan will wash away or will flow away. But it's very important. You cannot be a Rainasile properly if you do not remain in the Agna. You may be able to remain only 2 out of 12 times if you're not in the Agnas, because you never know when the intellect and the ego may creep in. The Agna is such that it will not let the ego or the intellect come in at all. Therefore, the Agna is extremely important, and the more you understand the importance of the Agnas, the more you will be able to remain in the separation and settle the files with equanimity, and settle the worldly interacting files with equanimity. Then this is very important. Therefore, the more you understand the importance of the Agnas, the more you will be able to you be aware, and the more awareness is there, you will be able to move forward. As opposed to all the valuable things in the worldly life, against them the value of the Agnas is supreme. The Agna is very, you will not bind a single karma, and you will have moksha in front of you. And Agna is such a thing that Lord Mahavir, it's the same as Lord Mahavir giving you a live direct Agna live in front of you. The Tirthankar lords also used to give the same Agnas to everybody who were surrendered to the living Tirthankars. Dadashri says, this is not my Agna, this is the Agnas of the Tirthankars and the Gnanis who have been here in this earth before. You are getting it in a different medium. It may be in English, it may be in German, it may be in Hindi, but it is this. But the intention and the message of the Agna is the same. very I can hear in my ears just very loud firecrackers, but don't worry about it. The Deepakbhai is continuing, so we need to continue. We need to continue, and if we follow the five Agnas, you can attain the moksha in one more lifetime. At the most, a second life, and another maybe three more lives, and then you are done. Not a fourth life. If you understand these Agnas, this science, this entire science is to understand these Agnas, and the more you become free from the misunderstandings, the more you'll be able to remain in the Agnas, and it will be easier for you to remain in the Agnas. Initially it might feel that it is easy. Now we just lost the signal here. Okay, just lost this initially. But it's the first couple of some of the Agnas are for worldly interaction, and then other Agnas are absolutely. So whatever may happen in the relative, you should be okay. Again we just lost the signal here. Let's see. Come on. Alright, so we're losing signals. Okay. We're having some difficulties with getting online here. So let's see what happens. So, my friends, I don't know what to do, but I'll keep trying. Event has started. It says click here. So we see what to do. We just lost signal. I'm trying to see if anybody else is getting. I don't know whether are you getting it in Germany? Are you able to see it in Germany? If you do, please let me know. Just write something on the Ustream there. A little better signal. Let's see what happens. Yes, there he is now. So let's see what happens. Jai Sachidanand. So finally the crackling. So the crackling is gone now. Okay, so the sound is much better. So it is whatever the crackling sound was is going on. So there we go. Yes, so anyway, so this one is very nice. I'm trying to increase this screen a little bit larger for you now. Alright. Yes. So if you adjust, then everything works out, says Deepakbhai. This was the adjusting everywhere. So we didn't miss much. We didn't miss anything there. Everywhere we need Gnan. We need such a Gnan that we need to know why this happened. And once you know the cause, then it is you're called the Gnani. So everybody the camera varas and the electrical people were running around trying to fix it. But the other has given us such a Agnas that even though we live in this life, not a single karma will be bound and we will enter into moksha. This is the extract of so many lifetimes. He himself had lived with Tirthankars, but it was his bhavna that he wanted to give salvation to ordinary householders and married people like you and I, etc. And as a result of this, we got the 45 Agams Sar, the extract of the 48 Agamas of the Lord Tirthankar, Agam, A-G-A-M-A. And so now in the Gnan Vidhi, you understand that you do have the awareness that I am the pure soul, but now to protect the state of that pure soul, the more and more you see apply the Agnas, then you'll be able to see the pure soul in everyone without any rag or dvesh, attachment or aversion, and therefore you will not bind a single karma. So the first two Agnas is I am a pure soul, and by relative self I am Shuddha, or I am Chandulal, and the same way the other person is also purely soft. So the Deepak can do something terrible in life, but you can say this, but then even then that's alright. Either in the filling or the emptying, I am not there. At the time you have a nice dinner, everything is good in front of you, and when you go to the toilet, you see the result of it all. So either in the filling or in the emptying of this non-self complex, I am not it. I have got nothing to do with it. I am the pure soul. The Dadashri has got an excel. So you have to say, oh, finish your work. The eater is eating, the eater is eating, I am the non-eater. The Nihari is doing the Nihar, eliminating, and I, the non-eliminator, am simply saying it. So all of the activity is such that This is all happening to file 1 only. The entire camera is on file 1. I had asked. Dada was asked, Dada, what are you seeing when you look at us? Then Dada replied that these eyes are seeing you and I am seeing your pure soul only. This is exactly what he did for Nirumat for 24 hours. For, Niru, you are staying with me for 24 hours, but not a single second has passed where I do not see you as the pure soul. And so the more you apply the 5 Agnas, the more you remain as the Raina Sile, the more automatically you will be able to see the pure soul of others in front of you, and separate from their body complex. So maybe the worst things have happened through Deepak, but whatever it is, you are the pure soul. This is all the filled stock of Deepak only. In the same way, the worst things may have happened through Uva, but you are the pure one only, so it is not your fault at all. Only that amount or account that was filled in Uva is emptying, that's all. So in the real, there is the pure soul, and in the relative, this is the filled stock in the Prakriti, in the relative, that is all. So, we want to set this up so many times that in the whole day, whoever we meet, see everyone as the pure souls only in the whole day. If I talk, Dada says that if I am talking about some Chandubai, immediately I see his pure souls. If I read about somebody in the newspaper, I immediately see the pure soul of that person in the newspaper. All day long, I do not miss seeing anyone's pure soul. As soon as there is any individual that comes into the mind, this is 100%. That is called being in the Agnas by 100%. In even the smallest living being, you need to see the pure soul. Pure soul in an insect, pure soul in an animal, pure soul in every living being that comes in the mind. You should have the awareness that this is the pure soul, and the rest is the packing. This is the packing, and this is the pure soul inside. And the more you experience the separation, you will be able to experience the separation in the other person too. So through my own experience, I can make it easy for the other person, and so it will be. So in this way, I can make it see the other person. Initially, we can have it initially we do it with the words only. So there is through the eyes, the physical eyes, you only see the packing, and then. But later on, I just keep seeing myself. This is the conduct is of Shuddhas, the mind is of Shuddha, the body is of Shuddha, but everything belongs to Shuddha. But I am the knower of everything that is happening within Shuddha only. That is all. In the same way, so if I see anybody else, so I am the Gnata, the knower, and everything that is seen and known is the Gneya or the Drashya. That is all. That is. The first two we need to accomplish and make the first two Agnas Siddha, completely and absolutely and perfectly accomplished. And then slowly, initially there will be it, and the exactness will come through one's own experience. When I am eating a meal, then I should know that I am not eating, I am a pure soul. In the same way, the person sitting with me on the next table, in the table that he is not eating, the pure soul is. His non-self complex is eating. Then in all of this, the discussion and the conversation with file 1 is excellent. You should say, Uwe, come on, finish your meal. Nada, finish your meal. Come on, move. Let us do it. What are you going to do next? So there is instructions coming from the prajna aspect from within. So the final goal is you want to be like Dada. How was Dada in all of these things? We say, Dada, let myself prevail as your self is prevailing within you. Let me experience it, my Lord. Let me. And in his speech also, and then in his speech he has opened it up also. He has said that he has never talked about how you can remain as everyone as the pure soul only and nothing else. And whatever has come out through words, what was possible for him to bring out through words, he has brought it out for others. So what must he be saying, how he was saying it, What was he saying? What was he saying in every So the first two Agnas are very important. These are natural. We should have that in 24 hours. If whatever human being we see, then we have to see. If we can see the pure soul in everyone, then we are 100% in the Agna 1 and Agna 2. At least start with 1 or 2 hours, and then whenever you get a little bit of a break, then keep on saying, see from morning till evening, who all did you meet, then who came in your mind. See the pure souls in each one of them. And whenever you get a little pause and there is nobody in front of you, then see everybody that passed that you met and see their pure souls. And this is 1974 or 75, Dada told me. He gave some very beautiful talk to Deepak. He told through Deepak, you have to keep an account. You're a Vanya, you're a Vanikar. Says it'll be easy for you to keep accounts. Find out where you missed out the 5 Agnas, and then at bedtime when you go to bed, find out where you missed the 5 Agnas, and then reset the 5 Agnas, and then the next day, then he says that is the account to the 5 Agnas. Then the second number two, talk to Deepak. Dada told Deepak, just you talk to Deepak and you will get all this energies, because at that time I did not have any energy, says Deepakbhai. The energy of his words was so good that everything started. Those two were so magnificent. You can find out, check in your account at the end of the day where you missed the 5 Agnas, and in the 3 to 4 years it will become Siddha. These 5 Agnas will become Siddha for you. So this is very beautiful. It is very easy. It's going to happen within 3 to 4 years. It will become accomplished. These are the first 2 Agnas. It is in Aptavani 12. There is excellent places. It's all over in Dada's Aptavanis too. Then they extract, and the ultimate bottom line of the Vignan of Dadashri is the 5 Agnas. Initially we are trying to apply it through words, and then it is going to apply as 5 Agnas, and then there will be the qualities of the S capital self versus the qualities of the non-self complex, the Prakriti. I am infinite energy, I am infinite in bliss, I am infinite vision, I am infinite knowledge, etc. will automatically start after the 5 Agnas are there. And the last thing, the last thing is that we indeed are the Atma, we indeed are the reine Seele. And it is out of ignorance that we have become the Uve, Nada or Katya. So, just as if you see when you are drunk, you forget that I am Uwe, and then you say that I am the mayor of Munich or I am the king of Germany, and so then everybody would know that Uwe is drunk a little bit. But as soon as the effect of the circumstances will go down, when the effects of the circumstances, when the effect of the alcohol of the circumstances go down, then you will come to your senses in the same way. This body and the non-self complex and the self are so close that the new thing arises which makes you feel as if it is happening to me. It is the body that is doing the talking and you say I am talking. It is the body that is thinking and you say I am thinking. It is the body that is moving and doing everything that, but you see, but it is really absolutely separate. It is really absolute self. And we can see it at the time of death. As soon as the self leaves the body stays here. The Arupi, the invisible one, Shuddhatma Bhagwan left, and the body gets left in the hospital bed or in the home where the death has happened. Yes. So where is he gone? So this is exactly how separate it is, and if you can understand. So therefore you can analyze it and say in what way you are separate from the body. And Dadashri says that it is the charged battery that is discharging. You see that the battery of the mind, the battery of the speech, the battery of the body were charged in the last life and are discharging in this life, regardless of, and whatever you are and we are the pure knowers of it only. That's all. That is all we really need to set. Whether it may be the worst kind of a thought or maybe the best kind of a thought, it's the best speech or the worst speech has happened, that is also of the non-self. If you slip in dirt, or if you apply nice perfume to your body, both of those belong to the body. I am separate. So this is the first 2 Agnas. So the first 2 Agnas are this is all relative, and I am the real blissful one. and then it will come into, once it comes into understanding, that will come into the experience, and then it will come into conduct. The more you see others as the self, then there will be no kashai, there will be samadhi. You will not have any sexual impulse, nor will you have any kashai. So no sexuality and no kashai. It is the illusory attachment that makes makes the kashai and the vishaya arise. It is the illusory attachment, the attachment that deludes, the illusion that attaches, that causes the kashai or the vishay. So we have this. The more exactly you see the pure soul in others, then all the pond will become silent, in the relative self, and there will be the experience of the bliss. You see, it's in the morning. As soon as you get up, yes, the moment you get up, is the tea ready or not? I wonder what's for breakfast. Is that, oh, this warm breakfast was good. Oh, it is kakra and gatia. That's very good. I will enjoy it. Oh no, you don't have kakra? Because the prakriti is demanding, where is the special toast? I need the special bread. So Chandubai is demanding, but you see, you have to say, let's see what happens. Whatever is there, you have to settle with it. You are not the eater, so you should tell. So then you tell the wife, what have you made for me? And when it is not to your liking, you become upset, and so the kashai. So there is the knower, and then the demanding prakriti. Because the demand of the demander is supplied by the vyavasthit, and you are the knower only. I need hot tea, I need coffee this certain way, I need very special bread, I can't do with this bread. You see, no. So, but you have to just settle it all. You do not want to suffer the pleasure by becoming tanmayakar, becoming uva. You can let uva enjoy the breakfast by knowing that he is enjoying the breakfast. You do not want to become tanmayakar. You do not want to become one with uva and then enjoy the breakfast. You become the knower of uva enjoying the breakfast. Because the prakriti is demanding, and you should know this thing. You are the knower. The knower has got no purangalan, no pudgal in him, no filling or emptying in the knower. The filling and emptying is happening in the non-self complex called pudgal, purangalan. And so understand that the non-self complex is filling and emptying. That's all. This is the awareness of the separation. The mother will say that the son will say, Mom, I don't like this breakfast that you have served me. Then you should understand that this is the demand of the prakriti, of the non-self complex. Instead, because the reason you do not see the pure soul in your son is because you say he's like this only. He doesn't listen to me. And you see, so because of the opinions that you have about your son or your daughter, and so that is why you cannot see the Shuddhatma Bhagavan in him. So he is not stubborn. He is just, his fill stock is emptying according to the account of Vyavasthit. That is all. Do not see him as the doer. He is doing this, she is doing this, and so therefore you are not seeing him as the pure soul. So if you can keep on making sure that he is pure soul, he is pure soul, he is pure soul, then the rest is under the influence of SCE, and therefore he is not at all the doer of what is happening. And any belief that he believes that I did it, it is all that has charge, and it is discharging only, and it is discharging according to the SCE only, the scientific circumstantial evidences. So we also want to accomplish to the ultimate the Agna number 3 of Dada. We need to know who is the doer. We need to be aware of who is tasting, who is eating, who is moving, that's all part of the Pudgal, part of file 1, part of Deepak, part of Shuddha, part of Over. That is all, not our part. We want to make the Agna number 3 Siddha. Siddh means absolutely accomplished to perfection. So all day long we are saying, I did this, I had a breakfast, I got up, I did not sleep well, etc., etc. I did not have proper warm water for the bathroom, the towel was not dry enough, etc. So you're constantly, because this is the filled record of the speech, but you really need to say, oh, is this, did you do it, did you do it, did you run here, Did you come in time? Did you leave in time? Oh, did you do it, or did Vyavasthit do it? And so that is the awareness lets you be aware of who this is he is doing. Is the opposite. Just as I am separate from Uva, and I am separate from Shuddha, and I am separate from Nada, in the same way the other person is separate from the other person's Prakriti is under SCE. Whether the Prakriti does something good or bad, it is absolutely the filled stock only from past life. If somebody vomits, do you become angry with that person? No. Whatever he ate some bad food, he put some bad things in his body, and therefore it had to come out only. That is all. You don't become upset with the person who is vomiting, do you? But otherwise you'll say, why is he doing like this? Why is he vomiting? Why is he getting angry? If somebody is speaking angrily, it is just his vomiting only. Is it not? He's vomiting words. That's all. So when there is excellent food, you can give the compliment to the lady who made it. It's good food. But when it is bad food, when the food has been burnt or something, there is no reason to find any faults with her. Then you just should be aware that Vyavasthit is the doer. Whenever any kind of work became spoiled, then you cannot blame the other people who are involved in it. Just make sure that the Vyavasthit is the doer. You never knew that it was this. So this is not the. This is So the one who gets up very early in the morning and goes to the farm, he gets a snake bite, and the one who goes at 9 o'clock in the morning, he doesn't. He's fine. Nothing bites him. So do you get an accident when you go very early or when you go late? No. Whatever happens, whether it be early or late, that is all Vyavasthit only. So you have to. How do you know that you are 100% in the Agna of Vyavasthit? Dada says that when you are going someplace, so you're going to a pilgrimage, you are going to Berlin and you are in a car, but you're moving from Munich, and so you're all getting ready, and then somebody says, no, would you please leave? Do you mind not coming? Well, Uvo was going to give me a ride, now he tells him, and then a little bit later he said, come on in, okay, we'll get in the car. And once you go inside the car, and so then somebody says, no, the police will find us. So again, Uwe will tell you, okay, please get out. So now if you are made to get out with Uwe's car 9 times inside the car and 9 times outside the car, then you should know, then you have accomplished the Agna of Vyavasthit. Agna of Vyavasthit has become Siddha means totally accomplished to perfection. But you see, here on the second time or the third time, one will get extremely upset. He will get so angry with upset. He says, I'm never going to go to Uber if he offers me a free ride to anywhere. So this is how it is. So he becomes very, very upset, especially when he gets. And so when you say, why did you go home? No, I says, not on top of that, he says, you mean Uyo? Or then your wife will tell you, oh, you mean Uwe did not take you? He had called you. And so the world sees Uwe as the doer, so everybody is blamed only. So he called me and didn't do it. So nobody is the doer, nobody insults you, nobody praises you. This is all happening in where, in which location, with what intensity of pleasure, and how, through which nimit, and so where and what you will enjoy or suffer. Everything is all very precisely written in the Vyavasthit in Dravya, Kshetra, Card and Bhav. Dravya, matter, Kshetra, location, card, time, and Bhav, intention. All of these are all fixed. And so whatever has happened is Vyavasthit. Come on in is Vyavasthit. Get out is also Vyavasthit. Now stay back is Vyavasthit. Come with me is Vyavasthit. So the Agna of Vyavasthit must become Siddha, accomplished. If she calls you, come on over at 11:30. She says, come on over. Come on inside, come have to lunch. And then she says, oh, why didn't you come 5 minutes later? But so then why did you call me? I came, so go back, so read a newspaper. Five minutes later, come on over, now the lunch is ready. No. So she may tell you 5 times, come and leave. Then you will get upset and say, the heck with your food, I don't want to eat your food. No. So I will just eat in my regular sandwich shop, you see. The ego gets inflated and deflated in the insult because the ego is. So no, come on here, come sit here. No, come on, get up from there, sit here, sit over there. So the ego, which is always carries the sense of the self, gets disturbed. And if you do this 9 times to such a person in satsang, he will just quietly wear his slippers and walk away from this satsang. You should. Dada says, just behave like your bag. If you have your suitcase, if your suitcase is put in the car or in the train 5 times, 10 times, 9 times, and then taken off the train 9 times, does the suitcase complain? So become like a suitcase. And so if you stop becoming the body of owner of the body, then whether you are then you will not be affected. So because you believe that I am the owner of the body, the pride arises and the ego arises, and therefore the inflation and the deflation of the ego arises. But if you stop becoming the owner of the body, the man or the pride is not there at all, and therefore you will not be affected at all. So we are just settling this file, this body. We want to just settle it with equanimity. It is this file that I need to settle with. And the accounts of the files, whatever it may be, I just need to settle that account with equanimity. That is all. So if we can keep it this way, if we just have this goal, the nimit is nirdosh, the nimit is flawless, and the other person is. So these are all not. This is all the miraculous play of the Pudgal only, of the non-self complexes only. One Pudgal shoving another Pudgal. So when the Agnas of the Vyavasthit are exactly applied, then you will not find a single person with flaws in this world. Therefore Dada says, let go of the reins. Let go of the reins. R-E-I-N-S. You see, find a day on Sunday, and on Sunday just let go of the reins of doership. Let the reins control the 5 senses. For one day, let it all go. Just with the ego is to believe, if I don't do it, who will do it? So then any sense of ego, of doership will go away. So when we do when there is a teamwork going on, we tell that person to take 1 day off. So out of 6 people, so if there are 6 people who are part of a team, when we give holiday to one person, the other 5 will also know that because that man is absent, he is part of the team. So both people get the experience of the collective doership rather than the individual doership. If you believe that you are the doer in the office, then take off some time from the office, and automatically you will know that the work continues. So the greatest knowledge is that the world will run without me, and the greatest ignorance is the world cannot run without me. So the world can run without me is the greatest knowledge. And in the teamwork, everything gets distributed very beautifully, and also once doership, exclusive doership will go away. And then I have to have tea at 7:30, I have to have breakfast at 7:30, that is all wrong. On one day, let go of your sense of doership. And then if you live on Sunday, then slowly you will be able to let go of doership for the rest of the 6 days, and then for the rest of the year. When your doership leaves, then moksha will be right here on this earth only. Why did I get a bad thought? No, Vyavasthit, why do I speak bad things? Vyavasthit is the doer. I don't want to go, but he is making me do it. He's so willful. No, these are all the accounts of the spinning tops only. Nobody is at fault in here. So when you tell person, I am the doer, should go completely, and then the other, you are doing also should go also. He is making me do it also. All that I am doer, you are doer, and they are doing, all 3 should go away completely. They should dissolve completely. And suppose, you might say it through speech, and you might say it in speech, but however, but you see, but then what I did is that I got up and then I drank 3 glasses of water, then I walked 1 hour, and then I did pranayam and I did yoga exercises, and he keeps on saying, I did this and I did that and I did this. His doership will not stop in words, but your awareness should be there, that who did the exercise in the morning, who walked in the morning. You should have your awareness that this guy is the one who did the walking, and so now you should be able to see, the knower can see that Uwe ate the food, and Uwe, he can see exactly what Uwe ate too. Even though you might say, I ate the breakfast, you will be able to be aware of, with the awareness, who ate and what he ate. As scientific circumstantial evidence is the doer. Which evidence would you blame? See, which would you? So these are all. So this letting go of the reins is another major thing. I am doing it. Whenever the sense that I am doing it, then you immediately talk to Uwe and say, "Are you doing it? Why are you talking like this? Why don't you let go of the reins? You know, the everything, all the work will proceed very beautifully. If I don't do it, nothing will happen. That is the wrong attitude. That is the wrong belief." And there are so many wrong beliefs a human being walks around. Out of, I guess, out of 100, out of 100, out of 100, you believe that I have to remain aware that I'll have be doing. But 98 of the other work gets done without your awareness that you are the doing. You see, you are only openly claiming doership in some of the activity. Otherwise, the rest of the work of the body complex throughout the day is happening on its own. Because all the other evidences, thousands of evidence are gathering together to make the work happen. But you are just walking around with this blind ego saying that I did it and he did it, etc. And then there is the opinion of doership. Opinion of doership is another one. Kartapana no abhipray. If I don't do it, nobody else will do it. But the more and more you fill in the Agna Vyavasthit, then everything will happen very beautifully. So let us accomplish that also. Let us make that one Siddha. And find out, analyze how Vyavasthit is the doer. Just as it's, how will you fit it? You see, when we lose the power in the electricity, then you will see, oh, the Munich, the main places where the power must have been a power outage in the Munich electric board. You see, that is why. So you do not blame anyone. It is all scientific circumstantial evidences that did it. And then now we have already talked about settling a file with equanimity yesterday, did we not? Yesterday only we talked about it. We spent a whole day on it. So we already now we know that we should not have Visham Bhav. Visham Bhav means negativities and burning, and Artha Dhyan and Rauta Dhyan is called Visham Bhav. You see, no adverse activity, reactivity of kashayas, that is called Visham Bhav. That means some bhav means equanimity. Loss of equanimity is Visham Bhav. And so when you really, if you apply any of the Agnas, then then account will go credit into the Agna 5 only. Dada has talked about it. What is it? There are two sentences. Dada says. She says that I have not liked this worldly life, not for even 1 second, and then as soon as the Gnan came, then I had my I-ness completely went away, and I became the S capital self. So there was nothing to fill in the account of the pure soul. So then I realized that my discharge egos went away completely, and the intellect went away completely. So for us, we have the conviction of the Atma only. So until we get the complete and clear experience of the Atma, we need to increase the credit in the account of the pure soul. And so when that credit increases, then, but for Dada it happened in Surat in June 1958. But for us it is going to happen drop by drop, coin by coin, so to the point where we get the Spashta Vedan, the clear and the distinct experience of the self only. Until then we have to apply the 5 Agnas, and this is the greatest Purusharth, and so then we will, and so we can remain as the S capital self and keep the Pudgal separate. What is clear experience? That means not a single thing in the relative will affect us at all. When the Dada used to do the raw work of the contractor, no matter what might happen in the contracting, but he remained a Vitrag in such a difficult job of contracting and building. But for us, whatever circumstances come in front of us, if we remain in equanimity, then we will be able to settle the file. And then ultimately Vitragta will come automatically as a result of Agna 4. So whatever the circumstance come in front of us, let us not have any abhav or tiraskar, or any abhav means negativities or scorn, no expectations or no opinions or no uh, no no insistencies of any kind. So this is the fifth Agna is to apply the first four Agnas, and then Pratyaksh Satsang, live Satsang with the Gnani, then reading the Aptavanis. He says, so read the Aptavanis. So next to the Pratyaksh Satsangs is the reading of the Aptavanis. So this is, all of this will give credit in the account of the pure soul. Satsang is one of the greatest ways, and satsang is the thing that is necessary to apply the five Agnas. Satsang is necessary to follow the five Agnas. Satsang is necessary to apply the credit of the five Agnas. And so, and then again at the end of the day, review where we missed the Agnas. In this Agna, when you have the intention to follow by 100%, only the intention is important. And then when the Dada says that if you miss for 2 hours, then I will forgive you. So when you follow Agnas by 70%, then you will be in front of the fully enlightened one in one more lifetime only, in Mahavidya Kshetra only. So therefore the Agnas are such that it keeps but as you keep the relative and the real separate, then that I am Shuddha, I am Deepak, that will go away, that I-ness will go away, that from the I-ness from the wrong place will come into the right place. Then we have I was the doer will be I was the doer in the wrong place, and that will break, and I come into the location of the original place. Then I am doer, and all day I was in the realm of the non-self complex, the Parsatta. When the Parsatta means I am under the domain of over, but I say, but Parsatta means this Vyavasthit is doing the doer, but I say I am doing it. This Vyavasthit is the kriya and the activity, as well as the knowledge of making a cup of tea is under Vyavasthit, and I am the pure knower of the knowledge. In the making a cup of a tea, the knowledge of making a cup of the tea plus the activity of making a cup of tea is entirely under the influence of Vyavasthit, and you are the pure knower and seer of it all only. You know, this is so beautiful that we have just received, and we just need to have the awareness only, and the result will be Samadhi and Nirakurta. Samadhi means absolutely unaffected state in Adi, Vyadhi and Upadhi, mental pain, physical pain and external induced pain, as well as Nirakurta, where you will be absolutely free from any uneasiness or easiness of the body complex. So the moment you say it is mine, then there will be, so when you say mine, you know, the minus goes away, and then the I-ness goes away, the doership goes away. So the Agnas are so magnificent that you become free from I-ness and minus, and do all sense of doership. And so with the Agnas, without the Agnas, one is binding karma continuously and without his knowledge, and with Agnas he is absolutely free from Agnas completely. So it's very easy. You just need to the first switch means, you know, if you are shown 5 switches, that's all. You don't need to be concerned about the wiring of the complex wiring of the whole building. You have just been shown the 5 switches, turn them on, Agna 1, Agna 2, Agna 3, Agna 4, Agna 5, and you get tremendous influence. You see, even on the mobile cell phone, you just punch the numbers on the cell phone and immediately start talking to people, you see. And so if we don't know, we do not understand the complex mechanism of the cell phone and the mobile phone, but yet we are able to really use it so beautifully. So here, so even if you just use these words of the 5 Agnas, then you will be able to do some magnificent work, accomplish magnificent blissful state of Samadhi. You will not have any pain at all, and you will not bind any new karma. So just make the firm decision every day that I want to remain in the Agnas. If it is a very sticky file, just say that I want to settle this file without any rag or dvesh, without any attachment or abhorrence, without seeing her at fault at all. And there may be some penance involved, but whatever the penance it is the account of the non-self complex with the non-self complex. So So it has got nothing to do with the rhinoceros. So you are in bliss anyway. So where is the problem at all? So let us finish all the worldly interactions with Agna only, and this is how we are going to move forward on the path of moksha. Everybody understand this? Everybody understand this? Slowly, let us do it slowly. All of this is not going to happen in one day, but at least with understanding, you will have magnificent results. Every day, understanding, 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 understanding. All the books of Dadashri, all the Aptavanis of Dadashris are filled with magnificent understanding, and all of these will work very beautifully. And in any one occasion, all the 5 Agnas will apply. Where if you don't like it with your mother-in-law, just the moment you see her, then it is just a file. When she comes in, it is only a file, and Shuddhatma is pure soul. If you just know Shuddhatma, file and Vyavasthit, you are automatically in 1, 2 and 3 Agna. Shuddhatma, file and Vyavasthit. Shuddhatma, file and Vyavasthit. You see, so you are already in the 3 Agnas. This is all you really need to. Every day make the very firm decision that I want to remain in the 5 Agnas, and in detail just start saying everybody's Shuddhatmas, and then Vyavasthit is the doer, I am separate, Shuddha is separate, Deepak is separate, Uva is separate, Nada is separate, Kacha is separate. You see, this is a file, I just need to settle the file with equanimity. Chandu is a file, I need to settle with equanimity. In what way all of these things will, and also you need to set it in advance, how am I going to apply this Agnas? And at bedtime, it's very important. Where did I miss the 5 Agnas? Did I miss seeing the 5 Agnas in her? Why can I not see the Shuddhatma in my companion? Because I have opinions about her or him. So then you can apply the Samayik of separation, or you can say, oh dear Lord, within her, you are separate and I am separate when she is separate. Oh dear Lord, within Marian, you are eternal and Marian is temporary. Oh dear Lord, within Marian, you are separate and Marian is separate, etc. So this is how you separate out. And then you see, and then volume Aptavani 12, volume 2, there is a fantastic chapter on settling file with equanimity. You see, and then and then for Mahatmas, Agna number 3, Aptavani 11, volume 1. In volume 2 there is fantastic chapters on how to attain the precise understanding of the Vyavasthit. So the more you hang on to the Agnas, your moksha marg the path of moksha will open up completely. Okay, let us take some questions now, and let us go now very specifically in the details about the Agnas now. And so this is the essence of the entire Vignan. And the next is, even when Dadashri says that when I am not there in front of you, if you are in the Agnas, the Sukshma Dada, the subtle Dada will be there for you. So this is a guarantee for your moksha. So and when is Dada most pleased with you? I am most pleased with the one who follows my Agnas sincerely. And this is the great, my highest, this, and so he becomes most deserving of my grace. And therefore, so this is the Rajipo, this is the special pleasure of the Dadashri, and that special pleasure of Dadashri and pleasure is gained through his Rajipo. This is when he is pleased, and he is most pleased when you sincerely follow his Agnas. That is all. Not by rubbing his body or touching his feet or giving him a massage or running around after him. That's fine. Okay, now let's alright, now let's now take questions. We now in the questions. So 2 people are announced in the question answer sessions. So we have spoken on Agnas for about 1 hour. Our Gnani has given one hour full of all this beautiful Agnas and a deeper understanding. A lady is ready with her question with Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. I don't understand. How do I know that I'm in Agnas? If you can see something else, that means you are. What is the sign of missing Agnas? There will be suffering, there will be suffocation. How do you know that you are in Agnas? There will be freedom, all the pain will be gone, all suffering will be gone. So, check and see, what is the best way? Are you seeing the pure soul in the other person? That's the easiest. Number 2, Are you keeping file 1 separate from you? That means you are in file 1, Agna 1 and 2. Are you seeing the fault of the other person? That means if you make mental notes about him, if you see faults of the other person, that means Agna 0, you're not in Agnas at all. If you are seeing the faults of the other person and if you are bothered inside, that is that you are somewhat aware, slowly you will increase. If somebody comes all of a sudden in the home, and then I feel like, why did they come at this time? You know, they did not even give me advance warning. Yeah, so then you have to, but when I reset it inside, I do reset it inside because I do not want to spoil my intentions for the guests who come without announcement. Arrange the Agnas in such a way that next time he comes, instead of 2 guests, 12 people come, you will not have any slightest spoiling of your intent when you see 12 people coming. Whether it is 2 people or 12 people, what does it matter? But you should not have spoil your intentions when you see uninvited guests, and understand that it is vyavasthit. You will have to cook the food for the 12 people no matter what, would you not? So why not remain in the Agnas as well as, and the karma, the effect is there, you will have to finish it in any way, would it not? But in satsang, I just want to become fresh. I don't get time to. I feel sleepy during satsang. Oh, it will go. How can I? What can I just make the strong decision to just ask for the energy to remain in the 5 Agnas. If you cannot ask for the energies of 5 Agnas, then ask for the energies to ask for the energy. Ask for the energy to ask for the energy to remain in the 5 Agnas. Do the Charan Vidhi in the 9 columns. There are so many things. Those words are so many beautiful words in the Charan Vidhi. But it starts a little bit, then it just, at least get together with a couple of your girlfriends and start. When 2 people start, it works. Some people start with simple Charan Vidhi only and then they do it, and then it's just, just like when, an old car which doesn't start in the old days, 2 or 3 people will push it and 1 person sits inside and then the old car will start. In the same way, it just needs a little push, that's all. Next one, Nagji. And then Sneha Chavda. Jai Sachidanand. Million namaskars to Pujyashri. I can't remain in 5 Agnas. How do you know that you are not in 5 Agnas? Yes, your intention is there, right? Then hang on to your intention. Forget about that you can't remain. It is the field stock that does not let you remain. But when you use the word file, you are in the Agna, are you not? I cannot remain in equanimity. Who will find out? Jayashrika is not in equanimity. You need to find out whether you are in equanimity or whether Uve is in an equanimity. But you want to, you just have to insist that I am in Agna. Don't say I cannot remain in Agnas. Just say that Jayashri cannot remain. And Jayashri is in Vishambhav. When you are aware of Vishambhav, when you are aware of loss of equanimity, you are in equanimity. When you are aware of loss of equanimity, you are indeed in equanimity. So don't say that I lost equanimity. Just say that I am aware of the one who has lost equanimity, Vishambhav, in Rikashais. Just ask for the, if it doesn't happen, then ask for the energies. Don't ask for the energies yourself. Why? No, just make Jayashri ask for all the energies. You are the pure soul. Do you understand? I have one more question. No. I have a big list here. Don't ask any more questions. There are 3 files. I see pure soul that I cannot. You see, but I cannot see pure soul in the 3. That's very good. Out of 9 billion, the only people that I cannot see pure souls is these 3 people, the 3 close files. But you, when they are in front of you, you will not be able to see it. But when they are gone, can you not see the pure souls? As soon as they leave the home, can you say, "Oh, pure soul"? You can just start the. Oh, Shuddhatma. As soon as he walks away, start the Samayik separation with the 3. You see. So when they are in the home, you will not be able to see the pure souls in them. But as soon as they are gone, then they say, "Oh dear Lord, you are separate, and Marian is separate." Oh dear, oh pure, oh dear, the Vidhi of separation. Next, Deepakbhai, I got what I was looking for. I already got the answer, Deepakbhai. I already got the answer of what I was asking. And what is your question? This is Did you get the answer? I have a question. Where am I making the mistakes? Where is the misunderstanding in 5 Agnas? Did you get it? I already got it. This 1 hour was I gave 1 hour. 1 hour for you, this thing. This, you are so fortunate that you got 1 hour of the answer. But now I have question. I want to remain in the environment of Gnan only, Deepakbhai. So, it's like this, how can I be? You should have the bhavana, the intentions only. If somebody has got, yes, but if somebody has got a big thorn in his foot, if he has got a big thorn in his foot at that time, if he's got a big thorn in his foot at that time, do you say, okay, keep the separation, keep the separation? No, take the thorn out of help him get the thorn out of his foot first, and then tell him, okay, keep the separation, keep the separation. Do whatever you can do in the relative matters. So try to help the person. Yes. Yes. Yes, we do tell people that, this. Yeah, I do want to. I'm telling all. Please, everybody, join Nagdipai's weekly satsang. Please join. Yes, okay, Deepak. Yes, it's a charging station of the mobile. Yes, in other words, so please make Deepakbhai, will you please tell my fellow satsangis to come to my satsang in Germany on Thursdays. On Donnerstag satsang, I want everyone to join. This gentleman is asking for his Deepakbhai to say something about, tell the Mahatmas to come to my satsang. Okay, the next one, and Deepakbhai agrees, yes. Next one. Jai Sachidan Deepakbhai. I cannot follow 5 Agnas properly, I forget. I can read, sir, I cannot follow them methodically. You can follow them topsy-turvy. Start at 5% even, not even 100%. Another question is, I cannot do Samayik or Pratikraman. The Samayik you do later, but you should do Pratikraman. All day long, don't you think you may have hurt a few people during the day? Why don't you pick each one of them and then do Pratikraman? I cannot do many. Just do as many as you can. Just ask for the energy and wash off. Take the inner spiritual bath. Some people when they when they clean a table, they keep on rubbing the table. Some people will just make one wipe and they will clean the table. But clean the table but sure, you see. Yes, but sooner or later what can I do in order to come to satsang regularly? Just listen to Nagji Bhai, listen to the old man, go to the weekly satsang. Go to the weekly satsang, and then the obstructions will go away. You should go to the weekly satsang. So Deepak Bhai likes that answer. Do we take a break? Says Deepak Bhai. Let us take a little break. Deepak Bhai has been, let us take a little break. Adyantar, very complicated. Alright, folks. Now, there is a special video clip you're going to see. I'm going to do a very special video clip. Alright, excuse me. We're going to see a special video clip. So you'll be hearing the live sound now. We are in a break on the day 3. It is November 15th morning session in Bharuch, India. Janmajayanti celebrations of Gnani Purush Dadashri, and the topic is 5 Agnas, how to follow them properly. And now follows the Q&A session for those of you who have joined late. Come on, what's happening here? We have a frozen image in front of us, but they're trying to show us a video. Try one more time. No sound. There it is. This is Janmajayanti preparations. Preparing the grounds in Bharuch, I believe. All the preparations now. And laying these carpets on the ground so that there is no dust. Construction of the hall, the electricals, internet, our highest namaskars to all of these Mahatmas who have volunteered their services so that we in our home can get this magnificent satsang. Service in Gujarati is called Seva, S-E-V-A, Seva. This is all pure selfless service of a Mahatma who has received everything, the self, the blissful self. Bharuch, all this is all the theme parks, the volunteers in the theme parks explaining the science of Dada. Some of you who have been to Bhuj and Ahmedabad have seen this. The opening ceremony on day 1, 2 days ago. The welcoming ceremony, opening ceremony was exclusively by the children. The Shobha Yatra, as Deepakbhai came in an open jeep. Dada blessing them all. Jai Sachidanand. Are you tired of a long train journey? You can convert it to bliss through Android iPhones. This is the good news, through Android iPhones. So they have certain apps that can keep you in Gnan by just one button. Dada Bhagwan app.
Akram Vignan હવે તમારી હથેળીમાં માણો આનંદ તમારા એન્ડ્રોઇડ, આઈફોન અને આઈપેડ ડિવાઇસ પર સત્સંગ વિડિયો.
દાદા કહે છે હું તો ક્રમિક માર્ગે ચાલતો તો પગથિયા ચડતો તો પછડા ચડતો તો મારી ભાવના હતી કે આવું કંઈક લોકોને એમની ત્રણ ભાવના બોલ્યા છે.
Dada had three intentions. How is the world running? A woman too can attain moksha. Why do the married, even the married people can attain moksha? So and if the self is separate, then who is running? If the self is separate from the body, then who is running this world? So all of this samples.
Today's energizer, Apta Sutra of the day, photo gallery, kids module, દાદા's વર્લ્ડ બ્લોગ કે જે તમને છેલ્લામાં છેલ્લા સમાચાર સાથે માહિતગાર રાખે. તમે આ ઉપરાંત દાદાવાણી, વાયનેટ અને અક્રમ એક્સપ્રેસ મેગેઝિનની સાથે આજ દિન સુધી પ્રકાશિત થયેલા દાદાશ્રીના બધા જ પુસ્તકો તમામ ભાષાઓમાં ડાઉનલોડ કરી શકો છો. વિશેષમાં ભવિષ્યના સત્સંગ કાર્યક્રમો અને ટીવી પ્રોગ્રામો સાથે જોડાયેલા રહો. આ બધું જ ઉપલબ્ધ છે તમારા એન્ડ્રોઈડ, આઈફોન અને આઈપેડ પર ઇન્ટરનેટ દ્વારા. જો કે એસેન્શિયલ મોડ્યુલ ઓફલાઈન પણ ઉપલબ્ધ છે. એસેન્શિયલ મોડ્યુલમાં મહાત્માઓ આરતી સાંભળી શકે છે.
Essential module has got the Aarti,
વિશેષમાં બધી જ વિધિઓ
and they have all the Vidhis.
સાંભળી શકે છે. આરતી અને વિધિઓની પીડીએફ ફાઇલો પર એસેન્શિયલ મોડ્યુલમાં ઉપલબ્ધ છે.
The Aartis and the Vidhis in PDF files are available in 4 modules, 4 languages.
છતાં મહાત્માઓ પાસે સત્સંગમાં રહેવાનું અને દાદાના જ્ઞાનને મજબૂત કરવાનું બીજું માધ્યમ પણ હવે ઉપલબ્ધ છે. ગમે ત્યારે ગમે ત્યાં દાદા ભગવાન એપ દ્વારા. આજે જ ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરો દાદા ભગવાન એપ. એન્ડ્રોઈડ યુઝર્સ ગૂગલ પ્લે સ્ટોરમાંથી ડાઉનલોડ કરી શકે છે અને આઈફોન, આઈપેડ યુઝર્સ એપલ એપ સ્ટોરમાંથી ડાઉનલોડ કરી શકે છે. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. સત્સંગમાં પધારેલ દરેક મુમુક્ષુને જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. આ સત્સંગ એટલો અલૌકિક છે.
This is such a magnificent satsang that
અને ચિંતાઓને ભૂલી જઈએ છીએ.
you forget all your worries.
શુદ્ધને આનંદનું વાતાવરણ વરસી રહ્યું છે કે એમ વિચાર
It
આવે
is so
કે
blissful.
અહીંયા આટલો આનંદ છે તો મહાવિદ્ય ક્ષેત્ર એટલે શું?
I'm so blissful now that I wonder what it will be like in Mahavidya Kshetra.
સત્સંગ જોઈને મારા જીવનના ઘણા બધા
All my problems have been solved by watching satsang,
શાંતિ મળે છે
and I have great peace.
દુઃખો બધા દૂર થઈ
All
ગયા.
pains have gone.
અહીં બેસનાર લગભગ દરેકને આવું જ અનુભવ થાય છે.
Everyone who enters here has the same,
જીવનમાં નિરંતર નવી નવી
but
સમસ્યાઓ
there are new problems in daily life.
ત્યારે આપણને થાય
At that time,
આપણને પણ કાયમ સત્સંગનો પરિચય મળે.
if we can get continuous satsang, then
જીવનમાં ઊભી થતી અલગ અલગ સમસ્યાઓમાંથી સરળતાથી પાર નીકળી
we can
જવાના
become
રસ્તા
free
છે.
from all of these problems. And for that we have dadabhagwan.org.
હા, હવે આ શક્ય છે દાદાભગવાન.org માધ્યમ દ્વારા. કોઈ પણ સમયે કોઈ પણ સ્થળે તમે તમારા મનપસંદ અને ઉપયોગી સત્સંગની વિડીયો જોઈ શકો છો. દાદાભગવાન.org પર આ અદ્ભુત વિજ્ઞાનને વધુ ઊંડાણપૂર્વક સમજવા માટે આપ અક્રમ વિજ્ઞાનના બધા સાહિત્યને દાદાભગવાન.org પરથી ફ્રી ડાઉનલોડ કરી શકો છો. દાદા ભગવાન પરિવારના મુખ્ય કાર્યક્રમ જેવા કે જન્મજયંતિ, પ્રાણ પ્રતિષ્ઠા અને ગુરુ પૂર્ણિમામાં તમે ઘરે બેઠા ભાગ લઈ શકો છો. દાદાભગવાન.org પરથી જીવન પ્રસારણ દ્વારા દરેક કાર્યક્રમના સમાચાર, ફોટો, અને વિડીયો જોવા માટે ફેસબુક, ટ્વિટર અને ગૂગલ પ્લસ પર અમારી સાથે જોડાઓ. આ ઉપરાંત dadabhagwan.org પર તમને બીજું ઘણું જાણવાનું મળશે. dadabhagwan.org આધ્યાત્મિક વેબસાઇટ એક એવું માધ્યમ છે જેના દ્વારા તમે તમારા મિત્રો અને કુટુંબીજનોને પણ અલૌકિક આનંદ પ્રાપ્ત કરાવતા આ વિજ્ઞાનનો પરિચય કરાવી શકો છો. તો હવે તમે શું વિચારી રહ્યા છો? dadabhagwan.org ને તમારું હોમ પેજ બનાવવું છે? જરૂરથી આજે જ. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. આપના મોબાઈલ ઉપર આ દાદા ભગવાનની એપ એન્ડ્રોઈડ અથવા તો આઈફોન આઈપેડ હોય તો તમારે એમાં જોઈતી હોય તો બુક સ્ટોલમાં વેબ દુનિયા કરીને જે આપણું કાઉન્ટર લગાવ્યું છે ત્યાં સંપર્ક કરજો. એ સિવાય આપણે દાદા ભગવાનના જે બધા ભક્તિ પદો છે, આરતી છે, અસીમ જય જયકાર છે, એ તમને તમારા મોબાઈલમાં તમારે મેમરી કાર્ડમાં જોઈતું હોય તો આપણે એક કાઉન્ટર બુક સ્ટોલમાં રાખેલું છે, ત્યાં સંપર્ક કરશો તો તમને એમાં તમારી કોપી કરી આપશે. આજે બપોરે 4:30 થી 5:30 અહીંયા આપણે ગરબાનો કાર્યક્રમ રાખેલો.
There is Garba this evening in Bharuch.
રાત્રે આપણે 7:30 થી 10 પૂજ્ય દીપકભાઈનો સત્સંગ રહેશે.
There is another satsang
જગમાની એ સત્સંગનો આપણે
about Gnani Purush Dadashri, the unparalleled, incomparable Gnani Purush Dadashri.
બીજી એક જાહેરાત છે. આજે 3:30 થી 5 દરમિયાન ભરૂચની શાળાના બાળકો અને યુવાનો વચ્ચે અહીંયા ક્વિઝ કોમ્પિટિશન રમાશે. આ બાળકોને પ્રોત્સાહિત કરવા માટે અને ક્વિઝ જોવા માટે જાદુઈ રબર, જાદુઈ ચશ્મા અને ધર્મનો મર્મ ડોમમાં સૌ મહાત્માઓને અને બાળકોને પધારવા ભાવભર્યું આમંત્રણ છે. ફરીથી એક વખત સમય બોલી દે છે, બપોરના 3:30 થી 5 દરમિયાન. જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
So there we are. You see our Gnani.
Hello.
Okay.
Ghanshyambhai Parmar, Botad.
Ghanshyambhai Parmar, Botad. Speak up, please. Now we are resuming Q&A satsang post break. Please pick up. Whoever gets the chance, please pick up. Please show your mic and they will automatically start it. Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. Do I have to make the decision so that is decision necessary in order to follow Agnas, you do need to have the decision, and before the decision obviously you need to take the Gnan Vidhi, and after the Gnan Vidhi you need to have the decision that I want to understand the Agnas, I want to follow the Agnas. Yes, but after when you listen to it for the first time, you may not get the total understanding, so you may have to listen to these Agnas repeatedly a little bit, and then as you follow them, then the awareness will increase, and as the awareness increases, the more you'll be able to remain in the Agnas. What happens after making the decision what to do, then you have to find out why you are not able to follow the Agnas, and then you can do pratikraman. So Dada, because of sticky files or because of heavy force of karma, I was not able to follow the Agnas. Please forgive me, my Dada, and grant me the energies to remain in the Agnas or to follow the Agnas. Next one. Every day she says, I know that this is a pure soul, that this is pure, I see the relative and the real, but the doership and the vyavasthit, I do not remember it. I'm so much a doer in day to day that I cannot, and I see the other person as a doer, and then there is a lot of suffering because I become the doer. If you are aware of it, if you get a little bit of a wooden chip, a very tiny wooden chip underneath your skin in the finger, you are constantly aware of it, but as soon as that person comes, you want to take it, even if that person is not there, you keep on trying to get that little wooden thorn chip inside your finger, and so until it's out, you will not be happy. In the same way, you should have the same attitude towards the five Agnas, that I want to remain in the five Agnas. I do not want to miss any Agnas. The chit should be only in the Agnas. If there is a jalopy, an old car that doesn't move, initially you turn the handles, and this way, initially you need to turn the handles of the five Agnas. When you walk outside, see the walking Samayik of file one of the pure souls, and to do the study of the sansar, do the study, you see. So this is the way you really need to do all of that. So this is the thing, you are used to the idea that I am this body, I am this person, and so you really need to really get that so you really need to get try to apply all of these things of the vyavastha doership. Who is the doer? Read Aptavani 11, etc. And this way you will become more and more aware. You will become more and more aware. For even if you just want to make one kind of a cake, for 15 days you are after it, because you want to make a special cake, but you do not want to spend any time on this one. Why don't you spend 15 days on trying to understand this Agna number 3 about who is the doer, who is the doer, who is the doer? Here or this, just try to study it only. Just do the abhyas, the study. Yes, your intellect is wise. It does accept that is way. When I tell the intellect that this is all vyavastha, it does accept. But every day do half an hour of Samayik every day. That where did I miss the five Agnas? Where did I miss the five Agnas? Very simple Samayik. Where did I fill the five Agna? Where did I miss the five Agna? That's all. Half an hour. The doctor has told you not to eat with the right hand. Then he ties that hand with a bandage. But even then, as soon as the bandage is out, you will use the right hand. And so, the doer is separate. You see, the ego is the doer. So keep the doer separate from you. And then, when something wrong happens through the ego, then just talk to him, talk to Uwe, talk to Katya, talk to Nada. Hey, does this look good on you? Why are you doing this sort of stuff? But you do not want to become absorbed with Katya, or you do not want to become absorbed with Andrea. No, you just keep it separate. That's about it. You see, so every day you keep it separate. So, when suppose if you are staying very close in area where the neighbor is very close to you, living very close to you, do you leave any property of yours in the neighbor's home? So this is the same way. So you're constantly aware that this should stay in my side and this should stay in that side. In the same way, you really need to be very aware of what belongs to you and what belongs to the non-self. That's all. Yes, Deepakbhai. I apply Agna 5. How are you doing it? I do satsang and seva. Satsang, yes. How many days? I want to do it in Morbi. How many days do you go? I go. Whatever program that is in Morbi. How many in Varma? how many days in a year do you do in function in Morbi? It's 3 days in a year. 25 days I spent. That's very good. That's very good say. But then I get a lot of garvaras, that sweet taste of doership. Yes. I enjoy. So then you need to deflate him. Did you do it or other people do it? You see, if this one pole in this building says I am keeping this entire hall up, is it true? No. So you have to tell Dheerajbhai in Morbi. There are so many others who are doing everything. You need a whole big team to really do it. 2,000 people are needed so we can get this work done here. You can see how so very beautiful. You can see so many poles are there. You see, when you see one pole, you will know where you are. Even if you get a little bit one, but you want to get the whole hall under you, that I did it. She says I do it. So deflate him. Because the sweet juice of doership will inflate the ego, the heavy ego of doership, and that is ignorance. This is ego, this is garvaras, this is pride, this is the sweet juice of doership. But the filled stock is there, so the ego will arise and the ego will be there with its inflation, and the inflation in the sense of swelling with pride and swelling with sweet juice of doership. But your being aware that it is happening to Uva, your being aware that it is happening to Nada, makes you remain in Agna. You need to be aware. You said that the pride that is arisen in this person is not I. I am the knower of it. I am not the one who is proud. I am not the one who is inflated. I am not the one who is deflating. This is all happening. So remember is that when the satsang started, there were a lot of firecrackers happening here and there, but now they looked at the cause, and as soon as they got the cause, worked on it, the sound went away. You don't want to stop the effects, you want to stop the cause. You don't, yes, everybody did Asin Jaijakar Ho, and then the cause went away and the effect came out. You should just tell that in your absence the seva happens, no? Does it not? So are you the exclusive reason why the service happens? And then you should tell and also did when you were needed, were you really there? You are not the soul and soul doer of all this great function. So keep on showing over all the evidences of who the doer is, who is. In Dheeraj, this is the name of the gentleman, anger, greed, pride will arisen, and those are all results. And based on the results, we're trying to wonder what kind of causes you must have sown in the last life that this is happening, and now sow the right causes. And But now you talk about talking with file 1. Is is the when I talk to him, both of them are speaking on the same table. So I talk to Deepak, do you want to have coffee or do you want to have tea? So then he has to answer, okay, coffee will be fine. You see, just the same one person talking to. We are sitting on the table and you are the speaker and he is the listener, and then he has to pay attention to what you're telling him. So but you the important thing, you must have a response from him. It should not be a commentary one way. It is not that. It's not a commentary like a cricket commentary or a soccer commentary, which you need to have some kind of a response from file 1. You can ask him, well, are you going to have another cake? Are you going to have another croissant? Are you going to have another cup of coffee? Do you really need another cup of coffee right now? How are you feeling, etc.? So that's a conversation. He does need to respond to the questioning that you're doing to him. Next. Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. When Dadashri became enlightened in 1958, who did he give the Gnan to them, and did he give the 5 Agnas to that? He did not give such details. He just made him understand in 5. He told him he's Vyavasthitas doer. In those days, the people who were taking the Gnan were tremendous. As people who say, I have been in a Gnan Vidhi for 27 times, but how many times have you really applied the Gnans? Oh, my Agna is very good. I have done 27 Gnan Vidhis, but if you have taken 27 Gnan Vidhis, how many times are you applying the Agnas? That's the more critical. And it's more important. And be in the Agnas. So today we are having, so let us be very focused on the Agnas. I have heard that when you are very strong in a decision, then I have a very strong decision of Brahmacharya and 5 Agna and live satsangs of Deepakbhai. Will it all come to fruition? Will you please? This is my main mission. But most important is you really need to find out where you missed the 5 Agnas. This is more important. First two Agnas, and let's not go into details about it. But are you not worried? Forget about whether it is Nishchay or Vyavahar right now. Let's just talk about 5 Agnas Vyavas. Yes, Sachin. Yesterday, it was a question was from yesterday. What shall we do? If you ask me, then I can say it. Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Alright. Puji Niruma had said that she talked about letting the ego flow naturally. That means remain in the present and remain natural and easy. After 1 second, after it's over, it's gone past. Do not go into the past and do not go into the future. Remain in the present. Don't tell anything. Once it's happened, you don't need to really be insistent, or you do not need to be repetitious about your instructions to anyone. Be natural. Let the ego flow. Don't hold on to the ego. That is what Niruma said. If some kind of work has gotten spoiled, and then use the intellect for improving the work rather than blaming the other person. When it is spoiled, try to improve the work rather than focusing on who spoiled the work. And if nobody is improving it, then you move forward with it yourself. That's all. So the work is, when there's a lot of stress and tension happening, when say who spoiled it, who is not doing their work, why is it not happening? But instead, why don't you do what you can to move it forward without blaming anyone? So that is where the ego and the intellect need to be used and flow. Let it flow naturally, and don't even look at the past at all, and don't worry about the future. You just improve your present. So now I understand this. Is that not the use of that is the use of the intellect, is it not? So in how can I let the ego flow? If that means, what is because when you catch Visham Bhav, means Ragdvesh, then you will know what is some vow. In the same vow, are you getting stuck in certain matters of the ego when certain things, when your wife does not follow your instructions, does it mean, do you really tell her something? That means you have not let the ego flow naturally. When you find out the old mistakes and tell her about them, that means you are digging the dirt from the past and shoving it in the present, are you not? So that means, and in the same way, worrying about the future, what will happen, what will not happen, why did you spoil it, etc., means you are not in the present. So Vartaman means the present, means just improve the present only by not paying any attention to the past and not worrying about the future, and letting the ego be natural without blaming anyone with insistences, prejudices, or expectations. So by spoiling your present, you are spoiling the future also. And that is not the flowing ego, that is actually the stuck ego, the ego that is stuck up. In the same CD, Niruma talks about, she says, the Niruma says that people are catching Gnan with their intellect. They are trying to follow Gnan with their intellect. What does that mean? I will tell you something. Deepakbhai says, I'll tell you the bottom line. Some people will say, my son is not really behaving. That is why I do, even though when I do a lot of pratikramans, he is not improving. Now the answer is clearly her goal is moha, the illusory attachment to the son, rather than to be liberated herself. So this is how the intellect gets used for benefits in worldly life only, rather than true liberation. I do Samayik for 1 year, one Samayik for 1 year. She calls it Dada, 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 Dada. You see, because I'm doing Samayik, because I'm doing Samayik, nobody will bother me, because I close my eyes and say Dada, Dada, Dada. So I'm left alone in the home. So the goal is not to be bothered by other. This means this is misuse of Gnan, is it not? Because she has some physical problems and she has got ongoing problems, worldly life problems, and therefore she finds excuses of the Samayik to do Samayik, so she'll be left alone. I do Pratikraman for my son so that he will pass his examinations. Therefore, I do Asim Jejekar for 1 hour. This is kind of, she's doing Asim Jejekar 1 hour so that her son, who is a little boy, would pass his examinations. What kind of stupidity is this? So this is, so you see now, so later on, so you see, this is for children but not for adults. But for adults, they should understand the role of, I do this, the goal for moksha. The goal for moksha is not when you are afraid of worldly life, but you are moksha, says Deepakbhai. When you become the body, get out of the body, and then you are in moksha only. Stop hanging on to what you are not. You are not Uva, you are not Kachya, you are not Bhairavi, you are the Rainasile. Be the Rainasile. You see, I got burnt, this happened to me. No, you didn't get burnt. It is the body part that got burnt. You see, over and over again in this satsang, you are being told that you are not the mind, speech and body, the ego, intellect, mind and chit, nor the feelings that are happening to Hitesh. They all belong to Hitesh only and not you at all. Your part is totally different. And once you get this perfect understanding, you will come into the awareness that I am not Hitesh but I am the Rainasile. And then it will come to the experience of the self, and then one become the absolute one, the Kevad Swarup, the absolute pure soul only, nothing else. You do not want to improve this world, you do not want to improve anyone in the world. Dada has told me to remain in the present, you see, and so the intellect will misuse the words of Dada and says, Dada has said, improve the present, therefore don't I have to improve this little boy of mine, he's presently with me. So now this is all wrong approach of the Gnan only. So Deepakbhai has given multiple examples of wrong approaches of the Gnan, which Niruma has described in the VCD. I feel that many people are using Samayik and Pratikraman on the basis of fear only. Let it happen only. But slowly, I am pure soul and I want to increase this experience of who I am in all respects, in all its totality, and I want to move in that direction. And therefore, so because, I know once you are brought into the home, then of course because of the pressures of the life circumstances, you have become a man or a woman, you have become an Uve or a Nada, but you are not that. But you are the Reiner Seele, and so through Agna you will become the perfect Reiner Seele. You will become the absolute Reiner Seele. Yes, so. Next. Now, the next one was Jasubhai Navavadach. When we come to Adalaj and Simrasati, it is very easy for us to be in 5 Agnas. We don't have to do much Purusharth. She says, even in Satsang Shibir, it is relatively easy to be in 5 Agnas. But as soon as we go home to our original environment, our Nishchay does not remain, and the pressures of the circumstances, we become deceitful in the applications. What are you doing to break the deception in the 5 Agnas? This is where you really need to assess. Everybody knows that they can follow the 5 Agnas, but now we need to know what you do about when you miss the 5 Agnas. Do you take 15 minutes at the end of the day where I miss the 5 Agnas? Do you take 15 minutes at the end of the day where I miss the 5 Agnas? Then do you take 15 minutes a day to read the books of Dada? Do you take 15 minutes a day to read any book of Dada? And that is the science. And so then by reading the books, and then do you ask for the energy to remain in the Agnas of Dada? And then do you investigate as to how to remain in the Agnas? How is that person who is meeting you separate? How is it a file? What do you consider a file? What is a file? Did you consider every circumstance that came in front of you as a file in the day? Were you in equanimity during that time? But when you make the decision, then find out, if you make the decision, then find out where you missed it. And number 3, then how are you going to remain in it? So number 3, then ask for the energies, and then find out the ways in Dada's Vani of how to remain in the 5 Agnas. When you went to make a cake, you read all kinds of cookbooks and you do this and that, but when you want to do this simple thing about your own blissful self, you do not want to do anything. Otherwise, you go around looking everywhere for the recipe for the book. But here, this Dada's Aptavanis will teach you how to become and remain their capital self. Kashai means no Atma, and when there is no Kashai, that means you are the Atma, you are the self. Where the self is, there is no Kashai at all. Next one. Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. I have written my questions to you, Deepakbhai. They are not with reference to the Agna. If you give me the permission, then I will ask the question. Go ahead, ask. I am Jasubhai. I don't want to ask. I want to ask something about Agna. Ask. This Sambhav, the word is the equal. It is a very high level word. Sambhav means equanimity. And the Sambhav will only come when one invests. And the Samata is even higher than Sambhav. Samata means perfect equanimity. All of a sudden we have received this Gnan, and this Agnas that we have received, just settle the file with equanimity. Dadashri says, when you make the Nishchay, you will be able to. When you want to go to Mumbai, you will. If I want to go to Berlin, then someday you will end up in Berlin. Don't you have to decide that I want to go to Berlin someday? Then you will end up in Berlin. But you have never decided to go Berlin. How can you ever reach Berlin? So this is how it is. After number 2, after you may decide, then you have to decide, how am I going to go to Berlin? You have to buy the tickets, you have to check for the tickets, you have to make the reservation, then you have to do what am I going to pack with me, etc. So it starts with the decision. in the same way. And then whether you are able to, this sambhav means, this, yes, sambhav means somebody respects you, there is no rag towards him, and somebody insults you, there is no dvesh over him. And dvesh, rag and dvesh both are vishambhav. And this is, there is a very beautiful chapter in Aptavani 12, volume 2, about 100 pages on settling file with, and then in Aptavani file 2, Sambhav, there is a file, there are 3 Dadavanis, Sambhav and Vishambhav. There is very beautiful Dadavani on Sambhav and Vishambhav, equanimity and lack of equanimity. Study this, and the more you study this science, you will be able to be in science. Equanimity is no kashais, and loss of equanimity is Vishambhav, is kashais. Rag Dvesh. When Vishambhav arises, keep it separate, find out the causes of the Rag Dvesh, and then you are free with it, from it. I now believe that, I feel that, I do believe that it's difficult to settle a file with equanimity. I feel that I cannot really follow. I feel settling a file with equanimity. Equanimity is such a difficult term, Deepakbhai. Yes, Jasubai may be having, if Ube may have Vishambhav, if Ube has negativity, your awareness that Ube is negative, it means that you are in equanimity. That means the one who is aware is always in equanimity, and the one who is suffering the disequanimity or the loss of equanimity is the doer. He is separate. That is where. So the settling of a file begins at that very junction, at that very point, and as the field stock decreases, then it will be easier to settle files of Uva with equanimity. Because Uve had walked in the wrong direction before, all of those will open up in front of him, and there you have to be aware of what happens. Let me give you an example now. Do I have to really settle the files? Do I have to make him feel better, the other person feel better, and go into penances? These are all advanced level courses. Right now, to help the other person is a advanced level course of settling a file with equanimity. But initially, in a sticky file, it may take much longer. It may take 5 to 10 years with a sticky file. But afterwards, of course, you want to also make sure that the other person is happy with everything. Because you should have to tell, until then, if Uve or Jasubai goes up and down, then you have to tell him, Uve, do pratikraman for the fact that you are disturbed. That's all. Yes, this is, I feel as if, I feel, Niruma used to say very loudly that nobody knows how to settle the files with equanimity. And Niruma used to lash. Deepakbhai says, yes, Dada himself says that Mahatmas do only 5% penance. 95% of the times they react. But whatever they are, these are only Mahatmas only. They are in this school and they are going to all go to moksha. They are all here only, so they are going to go. So there is nothing you can do about it, can you? That this is, Niruma will lash with her words, will thrash with her words, saying that nobody here is settling files with equanimity. But when when it thrashes us like that, we would really wake up. So I feel that too. Yeah, that's right. So yes, and it was possible that when Niruma was thrashing us, it was very good. I also wanted to ask. Yes. Yes. Nas. Yes. When you are, and another question. Yes. You are, because it is true. When you make Jasubai do pratikraman, then you are in the Agnas. But the reversal means when you are moving away from any hurt, that means you are in Agnas only. Yeah, so pratikraman is only part of Agnas only, really, in a sense, because when you don't, the person who is doing pratikraman is essentially in Agnas only. Now, next one. Jai Sachidanand. Million namaskars to you. I cannot be in Agnas. I feel that I am self-willed. I might be in Swachand. No, no, no. Are you Shuddhatma or Mamta? I am pure soul. That means as a Shuddhatma you are not in Swachand at all. No, you are not in any willful. Do you want to follow this? Do you want to follow the Agnas? Yes, I do. I 100%. So that means more than enough. Then you cannot talk about Swachand. Swachand is a term used for people who move away from the Gnani and has no desire to follow the Agnas, and then move on their own even after receiving the Gnan, and use their intellect to do their own willful thing only. That is called Swachand, to move according to the will in the intellect and the ego only. Swachand does not apply at all to people who have received the Agnas and are perfectly willing to follow the Agnas. Whether it happens or not is a different thing. I do make the decision. Are you doing Pratikraman? Yes. That means you are already in awareness. If you are hurting, if you are doing Pratikraman for the hurts, that means it's very good. When I know you have to keep, you are already in the equanimity, that you should know that Uve or Mamta or Marion is not in equanimity. That's all. You as a Rhinoceri are always in equanimity. The question is whether this Marion or Nada remained in equanimity, because this equanimity is the result of the effect that is unfolding in front of you. That's all. Rasik Panchal is the next one. Agna is tap and Agna is religion. Agna is the religion, Agna is the penance. How do I have to do the balance, or do I have to, as Dadashri says, and accumulate credit in the account of the pure soul? So is it what kind of credit? Seva, when you do some service that comes. So what do I have to do? I want to understand Agna 5 a little bit more properly. I want to suppose, yes, I don't mind giving some money. So that mana chopde rakam jama karavani. Rakam means money. He is Shuddha. It's very simple. If you can do some service, then do the service. And if you do not have any service available, then remain your daily life by remaining in the Agnas. Vidhi, Vachan, Samayik, Pratikraman. Do the Charan Vidhi, then Vidhi, then the reading, then Samayik and Pratikraman. That's all. And then wash off the mistakes of Kashais and Vishais. Kashais, anger, greed, deceit, pride and sexuality. And if it is possible, do some service. If you don't get any service, then that's fine, then do something else. Next one. What is Param Vinay? I am absolute humility. That is all over. Is it in the real? No. I do not know. That is for those who are trying to get the Gnan Vidhi. I do not know anything that is needed. After you have entered the school, 5 Agnas are necessary. It's not applicable for you who are a Mahatma. You are already. No, it is. No. Jai Sachidanand. Next one. Shailesh Patel. I wanted to ask you about Agnas, Jai Sachidanand. I cannot remain in the Agnas. We have already talked about the steps of how to come into the Agnas, says Deepakbhai. Now that's what you need to do. When you are aware that you cannot remain in the Agnas, then ask for the energies from Dada to remain in the 5 Agnas. And then find out where you missed out. Then start, lady, start. Then read Dada. And then the understanding will again. When I say yes, and then the understanding has to fit. The understanding has to fit specifically. So how come does it? Then I feel I do not understand the Gnani at all. No. Just ask for the energies and move forward. That's all. Read the 9 columns and then read the book on 9 columns. There is not the slightest talk about improving conduct in the book of the 9 columns. The 9 columns, the essence of all religion. When And when you can't do it, no, be aware of it, and for the weakness, ask for the energies. That is all. Do not try to get it into conduct. Next one. Yesterday I was in satsang with Dimple. When you were in the Varun apartments in Ahmedabad, there was an earthquake. I was not even aware of an earthquake. There was a major earthquake around the new millennium. Yeah, and so Deepakbhai did not know. He thought there was something. He wondered whether I was, when the earthquake happened, I felt maybe I've never experienced it. Is it happening to me or is it happening to the building? So I ran outside the building, says Deepakbhai. Now we want to really attain a state that no matter what happens, we want to become absolute and perfect Shuddhatma. The Niruma says that for 24 hours I remain this pure soul only. So she said that I want to remain. She would be in continuous state of I am pure soul, I am pure soul, I am pure soul, I am pure soul only. This is the thing. This is the height of the intensity of the awareness of who am I in all of this. That is what she remained. And so this is the weakness of our Nishchay only. If there is no weakness of this Nishchay, we will have very beautiful results. We need to make the N capital Nishchay very full. Along with Nishchay, there has to be the sincere. Nishchay multiplied by sincerity. The determination multiplied by sincerity to the Nishchay will have magnificent results. Supposing the Prakriti is very loose, is sincere. So there is one Prakriti is very sincere and organized, the other one is disorganized and not haphazard. And both of them have taken Gnan. Who will have a better result? Deepakbhai says, so it is really depends on the intents. But he may be even the fellow who is lazy and disorganized may be very good in seva. So it depends upon his understanding in terms of the work. And once it becomes appropriate for his prakriti, he will move along satsang. So I am just asking in general. My prakriti is such that it is haphazard, it's lazy, it is not well organized. So when you come, you should learn from other people who are, once you come to the Shibir, how everyone else is behaving here, how everyone is serving, etc. Because once you are regular, then your energies will improve. So, which is more better, the Gnan or the Prakriti? Is a better, more organized Prakriti, does it help? It does help. But you see, if you hang on to the Agnas, that is very important. But our science is out beyond Prakriti's, our science. But if your Prakriti is not very cooperative to you, you need to become separate from it, and then you become separate from Sailesh, and therefore that is a big adventure on your part. It is a big parakram, big purusharth on your part. And therefore you totally separate, and therefore then you will have better results, because you see, so it is good. If the Prakriti is very negative, you will let's take if I say that I cannot remain in Agna or Agnan, then because the nature of the self is that you become what you envision. So you should never say I cannot remain in the Agna, I cannot remain in the Agna. You should never say that. You should be aware of the fact that you are missing the Agnas, So you see, so if you are able to follow the Agna by 50%, at least you should not be focused on saying, oh, I cannot remain in 100%. At least. In the next question. Please. I asked for to remain in the 5 Agnas early in the morning in the Prata Vidhi from Dada, but then there are 3 files at home, but I cannot see the pure souls in them. And then Vyavasthit and settling files with equanimity. But it again it's haphazard. I cannot really apply. but when it comes, but when it comes to the file of eating, I have to say, I don't want anything. So can I say that? And then you should just tell her the food is in front of you. Just settle the file with equanimity. You have to decide what you want at that time. I want the experience of the pure soul only. Once you when you want it. Okay, so right now you should just ask for Lord Mandir in the next life, and with the exception of just you already have those magnificent sentences in the Charan Vidhi. Instead of trying to paint some new stuff in the things, do the Prapta Vidhi, do the Charan Vidhi, the Namaskar Vidhi. That's when all of those bhavnas are perfectly there in the Charan Vidhi. Just say that I want to settle this file with equanimity, that is all. I want a very nice kitchen, but I do not want the file of eating. That is wrong. Is that not? In the his file has to do it, and it's I have to. And I am pure soul, and it is all, I am the non-doer, and the file has to do what the Vyavasthit makes it do. That is all. Yes. If you remain in the 5 Agnas, nothing will charge. That's all. Next is Karuna Shankar. This is the question from yesterday, Deepakbhai. With understanding, if you remain separate in pleasant circumstances, then the difficult circumstances will be easy to remain separate. So if you really want to tear relationships, it's very easy, but to mend any relationship is very difficult. So always see where you are wrong in any relationship. You are so easy to move away from a person that you do not like, but once you move away from it, then you are carrying the same Prakruti elsewhere, and the same Prakruti will fight with another human being. So sooner or later you'll have to become free from your own difficulties within your own Prakruti, would you not? Otherwise, if you feel that, so with understanding, it is better to move away from a difficult situation. That is all. And meet on only special days only, but you really do not want to truly separate from each other. And if you are going to separate with human beings that you have lived with, then live and separate with understanding. How can we say that we are in exact 5 Agnas? The bliss, freedom, and nirakurta, absolute state, separate from easiness or uneasiness, separation from easy uneasy state, nirakurta, and bliss increases. So, but you do not have to make the Prakruti Sahaj. When you are in the Agnas, the Prakruti will automatically become natural and easy flowing. You see, and when the Prakruti is upset, it is suffocating, it is difficult, then you need to come into the Agnas yourself, and so if 1 or 2 hours pass in Agna, it will all go into very natural state of resolution. And let the events, you should not have any opinion, whatever, follow his opinion. But somebody says come, you said okay, well, but you become free from your own opinions. Being free from your own opinions, your insistences and your expectations will make you natural, not that which exists in the other person. So therefore you have to make a very strong resolution that you do not want to be away from satsang. Satsang is very critical. Attendance in satsang is very important. Please grant me the energy to remain in satsang, Deepakbhai. He says yes. Okay, next. Sonalbhai Vireshbhai Dodia, Ahmedabad. Jai Sachidanand Deepak. Jai Sachidanand. First question. Sometimes when my desires are not fulfilled, and the roots are so deep of the desire, despite Gnan, it bothers me. How can I become free from those desires? No, you should not eradicate the desires. You need to see the desire of Hirabhai. Hirabhai has the desire. You are not the one who with the desires. Nada is the one with the desire. And if your desires are not fulfilled, do not blame the other person. Do not, and be in penance only. Slowly the desires, when the time comes, when the timing is ready, then the desire will be fulfilled. And there are two types of desire. One is in resonance and harmony with your goal of liberation, and another one is a desire that may take you away from your goal of liberation. So you should be aware of these two types of desires, and for the latter kind you should do pratikraman and pratyakhyan. Make overdo pratikraman and pratyakhyan. Next one. Next question, he is saying, how can I get rid of intellect? The scientists, everybody praises intellect. Everybody says intellect is good. But Dada says that intellect is not necessary. Don't we need a little bit of intellect so that we can understand Dada's Gnan? No, you will not stop intellect. You can allow intellect to make decisions in worldly issues, worldly interacting issues, for worldly work, but not to make decisions about human beings, living beings. Make use of the intellect in getting the work done, how to cut vegetables, how to repair a chair, etc., how to fix the car, etc. But do not use the intellect for human beings. Yes, you don't, why are you here? Go away, leave him out, don't include him in the meeting, etc., etc. This is all intellect. If we move away from the intellect, when it applies to other human beings, then we will be fine in that. Don't make the faults of others through the intellect. That is all. Next one is a lady here. Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. I have a question on Vyavasthit. I already got my answer, but I have one more question. When we heard a file, but like file 2, then after a little bit later I do pratikraman for it because I am upset that it is wrong that I heard him, file 2. But I don't know then where I get stuck and I don't progress. Deepakbhai says that very sticky mistakes you will not be able to see with clarity because of the stickiness. You see, it will take a little bit while, you know. See, if you start walking in the direction of the Three Mandir in Adalaj, will you be able to see the Three Mandir right now? No, it will take a little while before you come in front of it, will you not? So it requires the Charan Vidhi, the Vidhi, Vachan, Pratikraman, Samayik. Dada has given us some very precious thing. But I feel that something is missing, the Sonal is not getting it. Forget about the understanding of Sonal. The question is, do you understand as the awakened one the 5 Agnas? Forget about correcting or improving Sonal, this lady's name. Her field stock will come out. You don't need to change anything. She may have a bad thought come out, but then you have to say, I do not want to see grant me the energy not to see anything negative in the other person. Grant me the energy not to hurt anyone. This is all. I do not want to see anything negative about anyone, not to want to speak negative about anyone. I don't want to change the result. I want to change the causes only. I do not want to grant me the energy not to use harsh and hurtful language. I am not saying stop my heart and hurtful language in the 4th column and in the 5th column, 5th sentence. You see, Dada is asking only for the energies in the 9 columns. That's all. He is teaching us how to ask for the energies in the ninth column. He is not asking us to stop doing all of those things. You see, by asking for the energies from the Lord within, those energies will arise within us. And this will improve the causes, and therefore the 9 columns, the Charan Vidhi and all of those, all the Pratikraman, they're all there to improve the intent only. You're not supposed to touch the conduct at all. Now let us do the talk on Samayik only today now. Let us all, on the basis of the thing, we did came to the bottom line that where we miss the 5 Agnas. That is the topic of the Samayik. We find out how we want to apply the 5 Agnas and how, and then I want to see everyone as a pure soul. I want to. We have already done that. Let us do the Agna of Vyavasthit today. Agna 3 today. Who is about the doer? Why did this little boy jump in here? He doesn't. Whose boy is this? The mother doesn't know. The mother is always wrong. She makes all these children play all this. Our intellect is always finding faults with other people. So now we have to say, you just said this is Vyavasthit only. We do not want to put a 1 in front of the 0, because whatever it is, when you put a 1, that means you have started an account. When you put a number in front of anything, you start an account. You do not want to. That means intellect starts new accounts. You do not want to. I am doing, she is doing, they are doing. It is all wrong knowledge. Do not belong in the dictionary of Akram Vignan. And we do not want to use it. It is all Vyavasthit. It is happening on the basis of circumstances only. Nobody is at fault in this. Next. So let us understand. Let us understand that our own Prakriti will brand somebody as a doer. At that time, we will have to say, no, this is all part of Vyavasthit. Nobody is a doer only. If somebody insults you, why did she do this to me? Why did she treat me like this? No. Is he speaking or is his record speaking? He is not speaking. It is a taped record. Who got insulted? Only the one who is carrying the label, I am this body, I am Uwe, is the one who got deflated, inflated. Or when you do something, then you say, who did it? But the sweet juice of doership, the garvaship, is also the suffering. And so there is the pleasure and the pain of the suffering, of the pleasure and pain is happening. On the basis of suffering, you will know who is the doer. And on the basis of the doer, then you will miss out. You will know exactly who the doer is. Nobody is an independent doer. Nobody is giving the results that are happening in the suffering. So slowly you will begin to understand and set the Agna of Vyavasthit in today's Samayik about all the major clashes that have happened in life. You look at it again and see relatively, in the relative, see them as flawless. In the real, see them as the pure one, the pure Shuddhatma. In the relative, they are flawless, and the doer is Vyavasthit. You see, these are all discharge effects that are all arises. By on the basis of the first 2 Agna, you will be able to see the pure soul. On the basis of Agna 3, you will be able to see him as flawless. So Agna 3 makes you see him as flawless because he's not the doer. The doer is SCE. Yeah, and why did he clash with me? Because it is my account. Vyavasthit brought the accounts together. That is all. Therefore, we want to keep this Gnan present at that time. We want to keep this Agna present, Agna of 3 present at the time. Everybody understand this? Everybody understand this? So we are going to do the Samayik on the Agna of Vyavasthit today, and where we miss the Agna of Vyavasthit in all the circumstances in life. And discharge means Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit means that which is the discharging result only. It is just a result. You see, the result of an examination. That means nobody is there to be blamed in this. There is nobody to be blamed in this, is there? Wherever there is any kind of suffering, obviously then when the understanding improves, when the Agna is applied, then this is the solution will be there. Agna is the master solution of all problems in life, all the difficulties in life. And so we are talking more about Vyavasthit today, and moving forward. In the real, he is the Dynasile, and in the relative, he is flawless, absolute. Let us do the Vidhi. Bolo, hey, O Dada Bhagwan, the absolute one within me. Hey, Shri Simandar Swami Prabhu, O Lord Simandar in Mahavideh. with the exact applied awareness of the pure self, Shuddha Upyog, in the events in life, wherever I have made mistakes, where mistakes have been made, where I have become the doer, where suffering has arisen, where the pride of doership has been experienced, where in all those such circumstances, let me set the Agna of Vyavasthit, and let me do the Samayik and grant me the energy to do the Samayik. I surrender the mind, speech, and body, all illusions associated with my name, Bhav karma, charge karma, Dravya karma, subtle discharge karma, no karma, gross discharge karma. Hey Dada Bhagwan, O Absolute One within me, you are the manifest one within me, you are the Absolute Self, Lord God within me, and it is at your feet that I surrender all of these, my Lord. Shuddhatma chum, Shuddhatma chum, Shuddhatma chum, Shuddhatma chum, Shuddhatma Machu Shuddhat 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 Machu Shuddhatma chu, 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 Shuddhat. Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand. So go very beautifully and go deep and do a gorgeous Samayik. Get into the Samayik. Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand, Shuddhatma Bhagwan, everyone, all of you. Thank you for being present, for this energy of the presence.